the four more often than probably anyone.
Last time Virat came face-to-face with Australia in World Cups, both T20 and ODI, he pummeled them for identical scores of 82. Australia will hope that Josh Hazlewood, his RCB teammate, who was dismissed in 4 times in 7 innings, can stop the Kohli juggernaut. If Kohli is Oscar boss, then the 50-plus average and 5 ODI hundreds Steve Smith has against India shows how big of a threat he is. And remember, he cost us the World Test Championship final just 4 months back. Thankfully, the man who didn't play that match is back in Team India. And he has dismissed Smith 5 times in 8 innings.
I used to be a guy who used to just help the fast bowlers. Now I believe that I can take wickets.
Speaking of middle overs, there is no bigger X-factor for Australia than Adam Zampa, the highest wicket taker in ODIs since the last World Cup. And the leg spinner has a knack of dismissing Indian batters. From Rohit to Hardik, he has dismissed each of our best batter at least 4 times. But it's spin which actually gives India a slight advantage, with the Australian middle order struggling when the ball turns. In fact, Aussie batters are amongst the worst players of spin since 2021, averaging just 30. Spin apart, it's also a battle between the world's best pace attacks. If India has the world's best in Mohammad Siraj, then Australia's Josh Hazlewood comes a close second. Stark features in the top 5 World Cup wicket-takers list, and Bumrah was India's highest last World Cup. In fact, on almost every bowling metric since World Cup 2021, average, economy or wickets in power play, India and Australia are on top. It's an evenly matched contest, and you wouldn't expect anything else from the toughest rivalry.
It's always been about these battles between India and Australia. It brings out the best over the years. India have wanted to emulate the kind of tenacity, that ruthlessness that Australia have always possessed. They are the most dominant side in World Cups. One of the other battles actually is, of course, Steve Smith and Ravindra Jadeja. We've seen it played out with the red ball. In the white ball, you see Steve Smith has that prowess. But Hardik Pandya, in 75 deliveries, has dismissed Steve Smith 5 times. If he's first change and Steve Smith comes on to bat, that could be an intriguing passage of play.
Look, when 2 quality sides play against each other, there will always be challenges. There will always be battles among these 2 teams. But the reason why it's spoken about Steve Smith versus Ravindra Jadeja is just looking at the conditions. Because once it starts gripping, I think Jadeja is going to be really, really handful. And that's one of the reasons, because Steve Smith plays spin really well, but Jadeja can test him big time.
Rothy, it's about 15 minutes or so, players have started walking out. You've played and won a World Cup at home. The cheers, the ambience, the noise, you understand the pressure of performing in front of 1 billion people. India begin their campaign today in Chennai, in a historic ground, knowing just that, having now been understanding that they have to field first.
So there'll be nerves in the dressing room. There's no doubt about it, and it's good to have nerves. But once you step out, then all you can control is what you have. For a bowler, I think he can control what he bowls. Probably try and bowl the best delivery. In the field, you've got to try and create the energy. But there will always be nerves till the time the competition doesn't start. But all these nerves will definitely get settled once they walk onto the field. And what better thing than starting against Australia? Because you want to test yourself up front against one of the best teams in world cricket. And the reason why I say that is because if you win, you can carry that momentum. If you don't, you can learn a lot of things from this game as well. The moment you play against teams who have not been so accomplished, you will never be able to test yourself. So I think it's going to be a really good game. It's going to be a really good test for both the teams.
A couple of teams have made statements, right? New Zealand has done it, South Africa has done it. It's a chance for India and Australia to do it. For Virat Kohli, who won the World Cup with Gautam Gambhir on home soil in 2011, now has an opportunity again 12 years later to see that joy, that elation on home soil. He's gone through a sea change of emotion in the past 4 years, and he is ready to make it his own.
2011 must be around the 80s. Now it's 75. Anything. Diet plan was anything. Now it's pretty segregated, focused. Probably would have been a very bad choice because I was all over the place with my music. Now it's Arijit Singh. Rocky 4 then, Rocky 4 now. 2011 was eat and talk crap. Now it's relax, read a book, watch something nice. No thoughts in 2011. Didn't even occur to me. Now it's everything. It's the most important thing in the world for me. No idea. Career goals now, even now, I've got no idea what's going to happen, so nothing.
Along with Ravichandran Ashwin, he knows what it takes to win a World Cup at home, as does Gautam Gambhir. We'll never let him forget that he was our man of the final. These fans will not let him forget that as well. But one person we haven't spoken about who in the last year or so, with Jasprit Bumrah recovering, was Mohammad Siraj. The incentive that he's taken, his strike rates in the power play, he often had to become the leader of the attack, and he will be crucial now against his Australian lineup.
Oh, absolutely. I think to stop this Australian batting lineup, you've got to take wickets up front. With Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Siraj has done a fabulous job, and that's the reason why he's been picked ahead of Mohammad Shami, who's got great quality as well. And the reason is because he can bowl at really good pace, he can bring the ball back in, he can test both the edges, and I think Mohammad Siraj is now becoming a complete bowler, and more importantly, I think he will run in every ball, irrespective of whether he's going for runs, whether he's taking wickets, and that's the attitude you want.
Absolutely decimated Sri Lanka in a big Asia Cup final. But this is the World Cup opener. India take on Australia.